Hi friends, this is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you for Pink and Main. Tonight is part two of our sneak peek week for the release that comes out tomorrow, our October release. I feel like it went so fast. Um, so we have some stamp set sneak peeks, a die set, some paper. So we're going to go through all of that. Some of it we have already looked at last week, but things that were part of the subscription or the kit, you guys know, are a regular, like permanent part, like available after that on their own. So yeah, I see Sherry, we went over the new foils and foilable products on Tuesday. So if you didn't see all of that, you can go check out the replay from that. I see Deanne, do see Miss Sherry here. I see Susan checking in from Georgia, Polly from Texas. We are very happy to have you here live. I see Virginia, Miss Jody. Let's see, Barbara's here, Annette's here checking in, Allie, Peggy's here, Maria, Lori, Joanne. Such a good mix. Miss Darla's here. Diane, Lori. Perfect. All right. I do want to say, while we wait for a couple more people to jump in, I was a little bit behind on pulling names for people to send cards to. So I have tomorrow or Saturday, I will have cards going out to Leslie D, Debbie T, Misty, Lourdes, Lisa V with the E, Lisa Lesa, Miss Irene, and Heather B. Heather, you are the winner of our bonus paper pack for the stained glass paper pack that is raising money for hurricane relief. So you'll get a bonus card, some other Pink and Mean card I have in my stash, and that paper. So I haven't received that yet. When I get it, I'll turn it around and send it out to you. But thank you all so much. If you would like a chance to win a card, I'm still going. We're still giving away card projects. The contact form, the Google form, is in the description. I will never reach out to you unless it's through an email that you give me about you winning. I'll never reach out through a comment ever. So don't click on any links or believe anybody's comments. All right, let's see. I saw Kendra's here checking in. Miss Raquel made it. Judy's here. Judith. Perfect. All right, so let me go ahead and switch over. All right, so the star of the show tonight is going to be the October mug of the month. I mean, come on. Like, are you joking? He is so cute. It's a turkey. So leaves falling or falling leaves and coffee, please, and a cup of gratitude for you. So I like those sentiments. I want to use probably the gratitude as my inside sentiment because we're going to bring back an old favorite, the Thanks a Latte stamp set that came out last fall. Because I thought Thanks a Latte with like the little turkey on top would be so cute, or even like side by side. So cute. So we're going to borrow the large Thanks a Lot or Thanks a Latte sentiment because we have coordinating dies. And then our little turkey. I mean, we're like 3 months in a row here, guys, that I've had to use the mug of the month. And then this is a new die set for us. This is the Leafy Set 3 dies. And so we're going to use these as accents up behind our sentiment and our mug. Very cute. And we will also be using the new Great Outdoors pattern paper. I'm thinking this kind of orange and yellow plaid, but I actually haven't opened this yet. So I'm just going on what the front looks like, but let's take a peek at what they actually look like. I love that die too. I love that it's 3 different sizes, right? You get the tiny 3-leaf, you get the 4-leaf, like a bigger, and then you get the big guy, and you also have a nice break in between. So you could leave it whole or you could trim it and really have like 4 different sizes. I love that. Jacqueline said she saw an elephant here. Oh, it's probably because of his little like the thing over his nose. But he is definitely a turkey. He's a little turkey. All right, so for our paper pack, we have this beautiful gold with bees. See, we have blue with little daisies. That's really fun. We have a nice little printed wood scene, and you could cut it down the middle, or you could like cut it, I don't know, like here and here, and have that be the center part of your scene. We have honeycombs. I love this gradient star. So you get the lighter blue down to that darker blue. That's really pretty. We have little bear prints, paw prints. This really fun plaid with a little teal and gold. And then this is the plaid I think we're going to use today. So it has a darker gold, a little bit of orange, a little hint of green. I think it's cute. It's like fall-ish without being so, I don't know, in your face. Allie, yeah, I would call it a gobbler too, but I know somebody corrected me before. I don't remember what the answer was, but they did tell me before. We get this really beautiful wood grain and then this really soft kind of tone on tone kind of plaid. So you get 3 of each, I think. 3? It probably says it on the front. She usually puts it, Michelle usually has it on there for us. Let's see. Yeah, 3 of each pattern. So there's 30 sheets in here total. And I thought that it would be really fun to use that plaid, and we're going to combine it with the brownstone cardstock. So let me grab that. I did forget to grab that ahead of time. There you go. Your pebble. Good for you. Brownstone. Perfect. Brownstone is just a little bit darker of a kind of craft brown than the pebble. Oh, perfect. Kendra said she just finished up her cards with the Crafty Courtyard kit, and she's going to shoot for Saturday to have her video up. So if you need more crafty inspiration this weekend, make sure that you check out Cards by Kendra because she's so good at making multiple and using the kit. Yes, that is a turkey, Justine. He is so cute. All right, let's go ahead and get our paper trimmed down. I think I might already have a base with worth of brownstone, but we also need some for the leaves we're going to do. I also still have this leftover piece with just like the tiniest bit of ink blending on the edge. So I'm thinking is maybe we'll do a whole card base out of our brownstone, and we can just put in we can just put a little white insert for where like writing. You could also just write in a brown part. Like there's nothing saying that you have to have white to write on. I like the crispness of a white background inside my card, but you could just leave it. All right, so I'm gonna go 5 by 3 3/4 for my little insert here. Yes, Karen, that turkey mug is the cutest. All right, so this should already be 5.5. Yep. But I do want a little bit of, I'm going to start with more and we can always trim it extra. So I'm going to start with 4 by 5 1/4, but depending on how much space everything takes up, we might trim a little bit extra off of that. I have all my things. Let's put this pattern paper back in this little envelope. Hey, Tanya. Yeah, I love combining stamp sets and I love using some new stuff with some old stuff because maybe it will remind someone of something they already have. That's great. I know that you guys know how impactful it is when we support a small business like Pink and Me. But everybody, has had, it seems like an up and down year. So I want to be mindful that not everybody can get everything from all of the releases. But maybe you have the Thanks a Latte or a similar stamp set at home, and this will help remind you to break it out and make a fun thank you card. All right, so that's going to be our base. I scored that at 4 1/4. So now we have our cute little base ready to go. Hey, Kim. Hey, Michelle. Miss Judy is here. Shawnee's here. Oh, Stamp Joy with tailored expressions. That's exciting. Perfect. Karen's here. No problem, Karen. Okay, so right now, that's going to be our card front to start. And our little white insert's going to just pop in there like that. Okay, but in the meantime, not in the meantime, for now, what I want to focus on is my die cutting and my stamping. So like I said, this is the Leafy, this is new. This is the Leafy set 3 dies. So I'm in my head, the large one is a little big for what I'm kind of envisioning. I've got this little. All right, so turkey. Oh, I don't know. We could probably get away with just doing um or like one of those and then one or two of the small ones on that side. That could be fun, right? I was thinking it's too big, but that's a pretty good size for layering, right? The turkey's going to go right on top and our sentiment's going to be down here. So we might actually just do one of each. And so the way these work is you get a base layer and you get the frame. And when we did this with the holly a couple weeks ago, we paper pieced and like inserted our, did I ink blend? I ink blended the pieces that went into each frame bit. I don't want to do that tonight. I want to tonight instead color our base piece and just put the frame on top out of our brownstone. So the first thing we're going to do is die cut our 3 frame layers from brownstone, and we'll cut our 3 base layers from ice rink. Hey Leslie, I have exciting news for you. You are one of our card winners. Right now, I don't know what I did with my Post-it that had all that information on it. But you're definitely getting a card, so keep an eye out. Or if you want me to wait because you're in Hawaii, let me know and I can wait until you're coming back to send it. You can always DM me too if you don't want to talk about all your travel. Oh, Virginia, you gotta get well. Let's see. Leftover scrap bits in my I'm also sending out one of the people that I listed. I'm sending out my Instagram hop card. The hop starts tomorrow. Oh, this is pretty also, just as the frame. That's really cool. I wasn't planning on using just the frame, but that is really pretty. Now I'm second guessing myself. Um, I think we'll still stick with the original plan because there's a lot of pattern going on this. I don't want the frame to get lost in that plaid. But yeah, there's an Instagram hop happening tomorrow on the Pink and Medium channel. It's a pretty short little hop this time, so it's not like it's going to take you forever to hop along. Um, I believe it goes live at noon Eastern. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I had a lot of fun making my card. My kids and I are listening to some of the Harry Potter books on tape. And so that heavily influenced my card. That's the only hint I'm going to give you for tonight. Oh, let's see. I see Miss Deanne's here. Yes, Judy, the Thanks a Latte stamp set we're using is one from last year. This guy. I like to tie in those previous release stamps when I can. Mix it up a little bit. What else? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys, I think we talked about this before. I have been addicted to watching the Hero Arts Hanging with Hero and Jennifer McGuire series that they're doing, a live series. But they just announced that next week on Wednesday, right? I think it's the 23rd. Michelle's going to be on. She's going to be on with the Burtis Monroe guy. I feel terrible. I cannot remember his name. I'm sure one of you knows it, but I know his face. They had I've seen his face all over, and they had a picture of him, or like a pop up, like a cardboard. That's what it was, like a cardboard cutout of him at Create. It was pretty funny. But yeah, so she's gonna be live next week. Yeah, Christopher Allen. Thank you. I knew you guys would know. I knew you guys would know. But yeah, so please, if you can, jot down a little note, make a reminder for yourself because I think it's going to be very big and exciting for Michelle and Pink and Maine for her to be on there and get to share her story. And there's stuff about Pink and Maine that I know I don't even know. So I'm very excited just to watch her and hear more about it because they always go pretty in depth in the history of the different brands and the hobby and kind of how it's changed. So I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Yeah, Peggy, it's going to be really good. All right, so this is the base piece. And again, this is pretty on its own too. You could do just the base pieces. You could do just the frames. You could do them both, but not attach them, right? Like the 4 one and then a little framed of the 3 one and just kind of put those as an accent on your card. Would be so cute. I'm still set that I want to try layering them. But really you're getting minimum three different looks out of a set like this. Okay, let's see. We'll go there. Nope, it could fit. That's why. There, there. Okay. All right, let me pop this little die set back in. Um, okay, I see a bunch of questions. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not missing something. So, oh, Diane, I don't even remember his store was in Pittsburgh. I definitely need to go stop by there because I have family near there. Karen, this is a new die set. This is called Leafy 3. Leafy Set 3, sorry. Leafy Set 3 dies, and they will be out tomorrow. So you get 3 different sizes of the frame and the base. Um, let's see. Barbara, Michelle is going to be on Hanging with Hero next Wednesday. I think it's at 8. I think it's at 8. It's the 23rd. They have it like posted now, so if you want, you can go over there and set a reminder on the Hero Arts channel or Jennifer McGuire's channel. I think they stream to both, but it should be very cool. She's going to be on there with Christopher Allen from Burtis Monroe, sharing her story. Let's see. And Missy, you are also, I saw you just jumped in. You're also one of our card winners. So keep an eye out next week for some card Happy Mail coming at you. All right, I think the other questions you guys had were for each other. A candy store, Michelle. Well, now I definitely have to go. Candy and stamp stuff. I have to go. I just said I'm definitely a Florida girl, not an Alaska girl. All right, so I'm going to be stamping my little turkey mug onto my Copic Express it. If you're using Olos, I would suggest that you stamp it onto the ice rink cardstock. It seems to handle the ink better, the marker ink better. Either way, I use my asphalt ink. They're good for any alcohol marker coloring. Okay. Let's see. We are going to color up this little turkey first, I think. He's going to be brown, right? Turkeys are brown, and I'm using Copics. All right. Let's do 50s. Yeah. I'm going to start with the E59, and we're going to start with his little body. I think I'm going to make his wings a little darker. Yeah, you know what? Let's bring in one more. I want his wings to be a little darker than his body so they don't get lost. So I'm actually going to make E49 my darkest shade, which is pretty dark. And I'm going to shade it in by adding all of my shadow in towards the body and then also flicking up that color on the little round parts. I need to swap out my contacts. They're having a hard time seeing. Go. Went up a little higher on that side, but that's okay. All right, now let's go to 59. We'll start pulling that brown down. We can start kind of connecting that. And just shade in the bottom section on both sides. And then 57 will be our wing highlight shade. And I'm going to warn you right now, the tail is not going to be a traditional. It's 100% going to be like the hand turkeys that I made as a kid. All right, so for his belly, we're going to stick with 59, 57, and 55. So it'll just be a little bit lighter. So we're going to start by adding shadow under these little feather ruffles and then under his little face and his little gobbler. And we can actually put some down here at the bottom too. Ken just said she watched the last live where we colored the bear in slow-mo. That's so smart. I don't know if everybody realizes that you can change the speed if you're watching a video on replay on YouTube. You can go to the little settings wheel and you can change your speed if you want to fast forward through some sections or slow them down. I don't think I want my full highlight up against these wings. I'm going to pull in that medium just a little bit more. Yeah, the gobbler. Okay. And then we'll go in with 55. We'll see if I can get that to blend. That's a big jump. I wasn't thinking about that when I did it. You know what we brought in the past that's helped is 35. Or we can do our tip to tip coloring that we did last week with our polos. So you can take your lighter marker and pick up some of that ink. See if I can show you. See how right on that one side now has that darker ink? And then when you go to color, it's a little hybrid and it'll help transition from one shade to another. And we did decide last week that you can do that with Copics and Olos. So that's a good universal trick for whenever you need it. All right, I don't want his face dark, but I do want to add a little bit of this brown just to balance out how dark the wings are. So I think I'm going to add it under the beak and his little gobbler. And then maybe just on the sides of the face. And I'm not touching this to the outer edge because I want this to look like a shiny mug. So I want to leave a little bit of that highlight where it would be round and going away from us. I'm also going to shade in the handle, I think, with some of this dark brown. We're going to have to pick some different browns, I guess, for our coffee, or whatever's in latte is in here. I'm going to avoid his cheeks as much as I can. Start to pull that color in towards the middle. Don't ever be afraid of rotating the card around as you need to. That marker needs to be refilled. She's squeaky. Okay, just start to pull the color. I can like hear my echo on my phone. It sounds so funny. All right, I'm also going to take a little bit of that 57 on the outer part of that rim of the cup, and then 55 we're going to put across the back there. Highlights. Contacts are definitely not my friends today. Got all kinds of stuff outside the lines. Let's do our tip to tip coloring. There we go. Let's bring in, I want some bold colors for his beak and his little gobbler. I don't want it orange. I want yellow. Let's go with our 30s. We might only need two. So let's go Y38, this like honey color. Oh, Cheryl's checking in from Australia. That's so exciting. It's got to be tomorrow there, right? It's like the morning of tomorrow. All right, so 38 and then jumped all the way to 32, but that's going to give us that really pretty highlight. And we'll keep that to the side for one of our back things. The gobblers, I'm pretty sure, are like red, right? Turkey gobblers are red. So let's grab our 39. This fly. We must have had like a mini invasion. I'm pretty sure the word is actually like infestation, but that skews me out. There's like one left. I've been chasing them all around my house. But of course, once the live lights go on, that's it, right? All right, there's his little gobbler. I'm going to leave those reds out too for this back tail section. And then he needs pinky cheeks, but I don't want to go red. Let's do some 20 R22 and 20. 22. And there he is with his happy little cheeks. Okay. Looks like I missed one little spot. Go on the side of his neck. What kind of color are we gonna do for this latte? Lattes are definitely milky. So I have a 23. Let's go 23 and 21. Let's see what that looks like. Just put some of that color in from the edges and then fill in the center. It's definitely a good undertone, but it's not dark enough. There's not enough contrast in there. It just looks kind of wow. So let's go 25. And I'm going to run that across the back. And that's going to help to kind of set this whole thing apart from that little lip. See how taking that darker color all the way across the back breaks that up? More of that 23. And then just a little hint of 21 right in the center. I don't know if it looks as different on the camera as it does in person. Michelle said, "What do you have your Copics and Olos stored in?" I have those marker towers from Organize This. Is that what they're called? Let me show you. Oh, look, it's like Inception anymore. So I have them stored in these towers. Organize More. I think that's what they're called. Organize More. So my Olos are all here, and then my Copics are split up by color on either side. And then you guys are right there. All right, what did I miss? Oh, I see Tanya. Good, glad Tanya. I'm glad that you liked that. There's always a line. It could be how much you're going over them or not. It could also be if your markers aren't super, not that they have to be super, but if your markers are a little bit dry, they definitely won't blend out as well. But also, I really like to overlap my layers like a good bit. So those would be like the first three things I would try. I did, Virginia. I won one of those towers. I bought one and then I won one and then I bought two more. Did. Where's them? I was gonna do like a bright orange, but the more I look at this, the more I think we need like a YR27 because the gold and stuff in our background just isn't gonna lend itself to like orange like that. So I think we might not bring that red in anywhere else either. Let's see, and let's go YR27. That's what I wanted to do. All right, well, I was gonna alternate yellow and it's like orange, but let's see. I could probably still make this work. So, or we can just combine them. Let's just combine them. Maybe it's a happy accident. Maybe it's how it's meant to be. Sure, it's still not accurate. I'm pretty sure turkey feathers are like brown and gray. This is my turkey. I can look however I want it to look. Oh yeah, Kendra, if they're a little bit dry, it'll make a huge difference to if or how they blend, for sure. Definitely not you. This fly make me lose my mind. Get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my white gel pen. And I'm basically making like little exclamation points. Some of them are right side up and some of them are upside down. And I'm going to also take my white gel pen and fix where I went way out of the lines on this handle. And now no one would ever know. Now I'm going overboard. That's okay. Here we go. Our sweet little key. It does come with a little pilgrim hat, but I'm not going to use that today. Okay. And one of the other sneak peeks that I have set over here to the side that I have not swatched, so I have no idea how this is going to look. And it doesn't have the normal sticker on the top. I'm sure if you guys decide to order it, it'll have its normal top pink sticker. But this is Gold Rush embossing powder, and it looks like a really fun gold. And it's got I don't know, it's like a little brown. It doesn't look green. You know how our other one looks a little green. Let's compare, shall we? Because the other one we have is glittery. Golden Palace is a glitter. So this is a gold with no glitter. The closest we have to it would be the glitter one or our platinum ring. And just so you can see how much warmer it is than the platinum. But see what I mean? It's not so yellow. So I really want to use that Gold Rush for this sentiment, that Thanks a Latte sentiment I'm going to do, and see how that looks. But that's what I'm saying. I'm just warning you now that I haven't tried it before, so I don't know what's going to happen. Which means I'm also torn on whether I should do it on craft or on white. I think white, because our leaves are going to have the craft frame, I think. I don't know. Now I'm thinking that about the white leaves. Yeah, Missy, that's what my original plan was. I was going to do red, yellow, orange, and green because we would always do our hand turkeys all different fall colors. But all right, Virginia says white. I think white too. Let's see. Tanya said she likes the white gel pen accents. Yeah, it took me a little while to get used to that too. I was very nervous, so I just started out with less, not worrying about having a lot of highlights, and then slowly just kind of building confidence from there. But even now, there's sometimes I'm like, darn, was this the right move? Let's see. If we don't love it if the gold doesn't show up great on the white, we can always restamp it on. All right, let's prep our ice rink with some anti-static magic anti-static tool brush, something like that. And we have as you can see, very well, probably too much well-loved embossing ink. Twice, just to make sure we got it. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, so of course I didn't grab my embossing or my heat gun. So let me add this, and then I'll grab that from the top shelf. Oh, that looks very promising. She is nice and dark and legible. See how she melts. You guys know I love the platinum. So if this is just a gold version of the way the platinum melts, I mean, this is gonna be amazing for the holidays and for all of fall. Obviously, we know I'm biased, but this is beautiful. So pretty, right? Super legible, super clear to see, but that beautiful gold shine, and it really looks like a melted metal on there. Maybe it's because I don't use like metallic um, embossing powders a lot, but that's really pretty. Love that. Let's die cut that, and then we can start kind of testing out some different layouts before I decide if I'm going to color in these leaves or not. The more this is coming together, the more I think I might leave them separate, the frames and the white, after all. But I won't know until I see it. This is flipped. There you go. And this die is amazing because it cuts out all of the in-between spaces. It's not just around the word, it's in between like every single letter. They're still connected, so it's still one piece. It's really easy to adhere. But I'll show you. Right, all of these little bits all come out. Side. Tool. Right, that's so pretty. Okay, let's die cut my turkey. I forgot he's still solid. And breathe. Just me trying to straighten it behind myself. I don't even want to put that back in the package yet though, because I want to stamp it on the inside. Yeah, I think the gold shine is gonna really make this feel extra special. And I love the idea of this as just like a thank you card for anything in November, but especially if you're going to someone's house for Thanksgiving, I love bringing like a little host gift and a card. And I think this would be like my ideal card. Oh my gosh. This would be my ideal host thank you card for Thanksgiving. The last couple of years, I think we've been home or over to see my mother-in-law, but in the past, my husband's family would have like these big um, dinners where like everybody would get together at one aunt's house, and it was just absolutely crazy. All right, let's take care of the inside first. Let's see if you're still here. We'll be very proud to know that not only do I have a card base, but I'm going to stamp a sentiment inside the card base. Great. crazy. This is just my little insert. Like we said, you don't have to do that. Katrina. And I see Linda checking in too. I guess we should go sideways. Misty. And that a cup of gratitude for you. Straight. Oh, it's pretty good. I think we'll just do black. The size of the insert is 5 by 3 3/4. So we just get that nice little frame around the edge. 100%. You could also just write your note on the craft. I just think the white steps it up a little bit. Right. Okay. A little crooked. Fine. Okay. So right now, the vision is the plaid, the mug, our sentiment, and then the leaves, which we can trim as needed. But the leaves kind of coming up. Behind. Like that. It's headed in the right direction. Something about the way the leaves are laying is not thrilling me. I did also say that I think it's very easy to just trim this down. So I think I'm just going to trim it now. I think it will help me see the vision better. And maybe instead of doing matchy on that side, we add in this little guy. That's getting there. But now I feel like he's kind of naked behind him. So what this comes up here and then layer this one over there. Like that. Okay, let's get these in a layout. So look here. I definitely think we don't need to trim this panel down anymore. So let's get that attached. I am going to pop up the mug. If that helps everybody see the vision a little more. I am going to pop up the mug. Cheryl, the insert is ice rink cardstock. It's that white insert that I put in there. Not me just getting glue everywhere. Okay. Yes, mom is in the watching the live right now, and she will be very happy. Okay, let's see. So I think the thing that's throwing me off is they like all are kind of curving that same way. So I just want to kind of encourage the eye to look across like it's more of a fan shape. I kind of like that it's like a little nest. Or is it better to have it just be like, well, you know what else could be cute? Kind of like up on one side and like down on the other. I like that. That's the vibe. That's what it is. That's making my brain happy. It just needs those two. And then those three. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. I want this a little bit even. Let's start with our, right, Virginia, sometimes you just have to play around and wiggle stuff around. While it's not attached, there's no harm in playing around. Excuse me. Add some glue. This guy. Pop our little turkey back in place. Just use them as a little guide. This one will do more out. That one, the first two, I wanted to make sure kind of went up. This one will go out a little more. Oh yeah, Linda, enamel dots. Love that. A little shine. I definitely have gold dots, and that might be a fun way to tie in the gold on our sentiment a little extra. A little pearl maybe. Okay. I do still have another stamp set, new stamp set to show you guys when we're done with this too. And then I also grabbed the subscription stamp and die of the month, which we used last week, but it is available on its own tomorrow. So just in case anybody missed it, I grabbed that to share. That. Thanks. We're going to have to get real tricky because I do want this popped up, but I want that thanks on top. So let's grab my foam. We're going to have to cut a couple of slivers, which is not my favorite thing to do, but I will this time. make an exception for the cuteness. So cute. Let's my hop card for tomorrow is a shaker card. It's been a little minute since we did a shaker, so it's in the mood. And instead of using the confetti for my shaker, I decided to use the jelly gems, which I haven't used in a while, that are like the flat back, more like rhinestones. And that was it turned out so fun. I could probably be convinced to show you a sneak peek of that card. Might as well, since I don't have a ton like stamps and stuff to show. Like too itty bitty. Yeah, who's really good at that? Laura Basson. She's good at those little tiny. That's not my strong suit, these little foam, teeny tiny bits. Come on, man. Okay. There we go. I do think a little gold would be very cute. A little gold shine embellishment, something. The essential pearls I have white. I don't have gold. Let's see about these enamel dots. I know I have gold glitter in here somewhere. Oh, we have that gold. That's a good gold. Let's do that. They're like flat back pearl, sticky pearls. That's a great gold. This is Daisy Days sticky pearls. Yeah, the jelly gems are so cool. All right, I'm thinking a little like 3 and 2 or 3 and 3. We've got a large, a small. Let's do a medium. I love that they have the multiple sizes in here too. Oh, that's where it stuck itself. Okay. Maybe just you that. Go. That's cute. And then maybe just a medium and a small on the bottom. I don't always follow the rules about even and odd numbers, but there we go. I think that looks so nice. That little gold picks up the gold in her sentiment. Well, thanks a latte. A cup of gratitude for you. Oh gosh, that is a good one. I'm so happy with that. Lovely. Matches it perfectly. Okay, so here's your refresher on our the stamp and die of the month subscription that will be available if you're not subscribed to the monthly kit thing, you can get this on its own tomorrow. It's the Campy Coons, little raccoons, very cute. And then this is the other new stamp set. It may look familiar. There is a foilable set that matches these, but you can also get them as stamps. And now all I can think about is embossing one of these with this gold embossing powder. So we're gonna have to do that next week. And maybe just like emboss all of them, because now that's all I want to do. Or like ombre stamp a couple just for fun. Or try to ombre emboss them just for fun. We could get real crazy. But yeah, so this is the Go Wild stamp set and die set. It has coordinating dies for the sentiments that are in there. You can use them with some of the foilables too. So we have that. We have these. We have our new Leafy set that we used today, the Leaf Set 3. We have our new paper coming. Let's see, what else did we use the other day? We have our Go Wild sentiment. We have our mountain views. This is that foilable Go Wild sheet that matches. And you know what? I bet, let's double check in case I'm wrong. But I bet these dies cut the foilables too. They sure do. So if you get the Stampin' Dies and you decide that you want the foilables, just know that the dies are coordinated to fit your foilable sheets as well. That's fun. Yep, Virginia, you were reading my mind, or I was reading your mind. We do go together. We love when things fit together like that. Yeah, Karen, we worked with, we looked at all of this foil stuff on Tuesday for our sneak peeks too while I was creating. But I love that having Libby on too, because it means nothing's ever going to get forgotten. So we have the animal prints as well. And then here's a peek at my hop card for tomorrow. So it is very Ravenclaw Harry Potter themed. So it is a shaker. It says, "It's your day, go wild." I foiled the background with one of the new foilable sheets. I also ink blended the base of the mountains with the gray, and I colored in the moon and the stars. But it's so cool. I just love it so much. And I have those jelly gems in there as my shaker bits. So that's my fun little card for tomorrow. This was our fun little card for tonight. So like I said, make sure that you check out that hop. I hope you guys are loving on this new release like I am. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you have any suggestions besides me embossing everything possible with the Gold Rush embossing powder next week, or we can do like a bunch of metallics so you guys can have like a refresher of how everything kind of compares to each other, embossing powder wise, that could be fun. But otherwise, if you have suggestions, you can leave them in the comments and I will check back. Otherwise, I will see you back here on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I hope you have a great weekend. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Have a good night.